the right times. I mean, as a filmmaker, like, that's all I could ask for.
There's no better feeling, I imagine.
No, there's no better feeling. And then it's like the culmination of years and years and years.
Ignoring warning signs and pushing forward anyway is often where things start to fall apart. Failure, in many cases, becomes the greatest teacher, far more instructive than success. Even in everyday life, whether it's raising children or managing relationships, differences in behavior and perspective can be striking. One child may be naturally nurturing, while another keeps their distance, unsure of how to engage. These small dynamics mirror larger patterns we see elsewhere, including in high-pressure industries like Hollywood. One of the most talked-about controversies in recent memory centers on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, whose conflict has sparked intense debate across the entertainment world. At the heart of the issue is the film It Ends With Us, a project Baldoni reportedly spent 5 years developing. For him, it was more than just a film, it was a passion project he deeply believed in. According to Baldoni, things took a dramatic turn once Lively joined as the lead actress. He claims her involvement went far beyond acting, alleging that she assumed significant creative control over the project. From requesting major script changes to influencing the film's overall direction, Baldoni felt increasingly sidelined. One of the most controversial claims is that Lively pushed for final cut approval authority, typically reserved for directors or producers, leading to tension over who truly controlled the film's vision. Baldoni further alleges that this struggle for control escalated behind the scenes, creating an environment where he felt unable to push back. What made matters more serious, he says, was a harassment accusation made against him by Lively. In an industry where such claims can have immediate and lasting consequences, Baldoni states that the allegation caused significant personal and professional damage, including lost opportunities and the loss of representation. Maintaining that the accusations were false, Baldoni publicly defended himself and presented what he described as evidence, including messages he claims contradict Lively's account. He argues that these interactions suggest a different narrative than the one being portrayed. Meanwhile, Lively took legal action, filing a lawsuit reportedly valued at $250 million, alleging harm caused to her. Baldoni responded with a countersuit of $400 million, asserting that his reputation and career had been severely damaged. As the legal battle intensified, comparisons began to surface with other high-profile Hollywood disputes, including the widely publicized case involving Amber Heard. Public opinion quickly became divided, with some questioning motivations on both sides and others pointing to broader issues of power dynamics within the industry. Baldoni also claims he was excluded from key moments tied to the film, including its premiere, describing situations where he felt marginalized despite years of dedication to the project. These allegations, combined with the legal conflict, have fueled widespread discussion about control, influence, and professional boundaries in filmmaking. The situation highlights how quickly collaboration can break down when trust erodes and ambitions collide. For Baldoni, the dispute represents a fight to restore his reputation and protect his work. For Lively, it has placed her public image under intense scrutiny. As the case unfolds, it continues to raise larger questions about authority, accountability, and the complex relationships that shape major creative projects. The controversy has evolved into a cautionary tale about how conflicts over creative control, personal ambition, and legal strategy can spiral into a full-scale scandal with far-reaching consequences. As the situation continues to unfold, attention remains fixed on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, with both the public and industry insiders closely watching how this high-stakes battle will ultimately resolve. With reputations, careers, and massive sums of money on the line, the dispute surrounding It Ends With Us has become a defining moment in Hollywood's broader conversation about power, accountability, and the consequences of influence. Baldoni has suggested that the conflict stems from a deeper pattern, alleging that Lively sought not only to star in the film but to control multiple aspects of its production. According to his claims, tensions escalated to the point where he was marginalized even during the film's premiere despite years of work developing the project. He also alleges that he was excluded from key decisions, including access to the final cut, further intensifying the dispute over creative authority. The situation grew even more serious when Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, began sharing behind-the-scenes allegations. He claimed that Lively's public relations team worked to shape media narratives in her favor, portraying her as a victim while casting Baldoni in a negative light. According to Baldoni's side, this led to professional consequences, including lost opportunities and industry isolation, which he says took a significant emotional toll on both his career and personal life. On the other hand, Lively's team strongly disputes these claims, arguing that Baldoni's account is an attempt to deflect responsibility. Supporters of Lively point to her long-standing public image as warm and approachable, finding it difficult to reconcile that with accusations of manipulation or control. This divide has only deepened public debate, with opinions sharply split between those who trust her reputation and those who find Baldoni's evidence compelling. In the legal arena, Several developments have added new layers to the conflict. Requests made by Lively's legal team, such as efforts to limit public discussion of the case and control certain legal procedures, have reportedly been denied, creating additional challenges for her position. These setbacks have shifted perceptions, making the outcome of the case appear increasingly uncertain. Financially, the stakes are enormous. Lively is pursuing substantial damages, while Baldoni's countersuit seeks an even larger sum. The scale of these claims has drawn attention to the broader implications, especially given Lively's marriage to Ryan Reynolds, whose silence throughout the controversy has sparked speculation. Some interpret his lack of public comment as a strategic decision, while others question whether it reflects deeper concerns about the situation. As the case continues, industry observers warn that the outcome could significantly impact both parties. In Hollywood, reputation is everything, and being perceived as difficult, manipulative, or dishonest can have lasting consequences. If Baldoni's claims are proven, Lively could face serious professional setbacks. Conversely, if his accusations fail to hold up, he risks even greater backlash for making them. Public reaction remains deeply divided. Some believe Lively's established persona makes the allegations unlikely, while others point to the materials presented by Baldoni's team as reason for concern. Media coverage has only intensified this divide, with different outlets framing the narrative in contrasting ways, leaving many unsure where the truth lies. At its core, the dispute highlights how quickly situations can escalate in an industry driven by perception and influence. Legal proceedings will ultimately require both sides to present their evidence under oath, where accuracy and credibility are critical. Until then, speculation continues to fill the gaps. Beyond the legal and financial stakes, the human impact is significant. Both individuals have families, and a public battle of this magnitude brings immense personal pressure. The case also serves as a broader reminder of how rapidly reputations can shift in the entertainment world, where a single accusation, proven or not, can alter the course of a career. Ultimately, this ongoing conflict underscores the complexity of fame, power, and accountability. Whether viewed as a warning about misuse of influence or as an example of how allegations can reshape public perception, the outcome will likely leave a lasting mark on everyone involved and on the industry watching it unfold. As the controversy continues, major questions remain unanswered. Will Ryan Reynolds eventually step forward to defend his wife, Blake Lively, or will he continue to stay silent? Could new evidence emerge that finally clarifies what truly happened? And perhaps most importantly, how will Hollywood react if one side is proven to have misrepresented the truth? With careers, reputations, and public perception hanging in the balance, the uncertainty has only intensified the spotlight on everyone involved. Behind the scenes, both legal teams are actively building their cases, carefully collecting evidence and preparing arguments. The dispute is further complicated by production delays tied to industry strikes, which disrupted filming schedules for It Ends With Us and added financial and logistical pressure. Despite all the controversy, the film itself is based on a meaningful story about resilient young women confronting generational trauma and breaking cycles of harm, making the surrounding conflict feel even more striking in contrast to its message. For now, both sides remain locked in a tense standoff. Lawyers continue making calculated public statements while media coverage and online discussions fuel constant speculation. Public opinion is sharply divided, with each new development triggering debates over who is being truthful and who may be distorting events. Ultimately, however, the courtroom will be where facts matter most. Both Lively and Justin Baldoni will be required to testify under oath, presenting messages, documents, and production records that could reveal what truly happened during filming. If the evidence supports Baldoni's claims, Lively's public image could face serious damage. On the other hand, if her account is validated, Baldoni's career could suffer lasting consequences. Yet public perception doesn't always align with legal outcomes, often favoring the more compelling narrative rather than the verified facts. Regardless of how the case ends, the fallout is already significant. Lively's once widely admired image has come under scrutiny, while Baldoni's professional momentum has slowed considerably as he invests time and resources into defending himself. What was meant to be a major cinematic release has instead become a symbol of controversy, leaving even fans of the original story wondering how the final film will be received. Some industry observers believe a private settlement could eventually resolve the conflict and limit further damage. Others argue that both sides are too deeply invested to step back, meaning the dispute could stretch on for months or even years, increasing financial costs and personal strain. Meanwhile, rumors and allegations continue to circulate, adding fuel to the fire. Claims about on-set tensions and creative disagreements have only deepened the divide between supporters of each side. If these accusations are proven false, the consequences for whoever made them could be severe. Conversely, if they are substantiated, they could significantly reshape how both individuals are viewed within the industry. Reynolds continued, "Silence has only added another layer of intrigue. While some interpret it as a strategic decision, others see it as a sign of caution in an already volatile situation." Without any direct statement from him, speculation continues to grow. At its core, This unfolding drama highlights how quickly fortunes can change in Hollywood. A single dispute, once made public, can escalate rapidly, reshaping careers, reputations, and relationships. It also underscores the importance of evidence and accountability in an environment where perception can be just as powerful as truth. As a legal battle progresses, one central question remains. When everything is revealed and the dust finally settles, will either side be able to fully recover? Or has the damage already altered their public images in ways that cannot be undone?